Is a bridleless tutorial. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and another video. So today we're doing a very highly requested video. I've gotten so many requests for this, so many questions about it, and that is a bridleless tutorial. So obviously I'm not an expert, but I have taught him bridleless, and pretty successfully, I would say. So obviously there is many ways that you can teach bridleless and go about it, but this is the way that I taught Madge, and this is the way that I'm going to show you today. Okay, so one of the most important things is that you have an emergency stop. So this could be a sound or a keyword that means they come straight back to halt. So for Madge, this is a whistle. So I can whistle at any time and he'll come straight back to a halt. So I'll just give you a little demonstration of that, and then I'll show you how to do it. So as you can see, he comes straight back to a halt from walk. So the way you go about teaching this is when you're on the ground, when you're doing groundwork or just chilling with them, every time you give them a treat, you do your keyword or whistle or whatever your sound is. So for Madge, that's a whistle, and we did this over a good few months, and he eventually got the hang of the fact that a whistle means that he gets a treat. Then you go about with the fact that you would then do a cue when you're riding at the same time that they know it means stop. So you could be walking around and let's say my reins. Just a little spook. So I'm just going to be using my reins, and so I use my reins at the same time to ask him for a stop there. Good boy. And then you would slowly start taking away the reins until you have got the whistle stop or the emergency stop without. And all my trees just filled. Lovely, but you get the idea. Okay, so now we are going to move on to slowing down. So this is just going between gates and collection. So what I do for that is you would use two cues that they know. So I use the neck strap as a slow down cue, but then also I'm going to be using my mind and my body and my weight. So I would shift my weight back and ask and think I want him to slow down, and then you would start to pick up your neck strap, and I'm going to use my neck strap and reins at the same time. So shift my weight back. So you can see I use them both at the same time, along with shifting my weight and body back. So the body and shifting of weight is something that they already know, along with the reins. So then you're just adding in the one new cue, which is the neck strap, and then that starts to familiarise them to it. You would slowly take away the reins until you can do it all with just the neck. So you would start the slowing down at walk and then build it up to trot, canter, and then you would be able to slowly slow down between all the gates, and then you can use the emergency stop as an immediate halt signal. So I will show you the emergency halt at a faster speed once he's warmed up. Now the backup is something that I like to do to make sure that he's listening to me properly, and this is something that I taught him quite recently. It's more recent than all the other stuff, but it is a good one to have in there, just as it's a good skill to have, but it's also, you can see him shift his attention to me there, but it's also a good one to have, plus it makes them know what all the backup and stuff means. So what I like to do for the backup is I'll just show you it first. He's just not listening. Hey, come on. There you go, pulse, good. And then just ask for one step, and as soon as they give you that one step, or even, my trees are spilling again, or even just the shift in their weight, you can release on that. So you can either start with the reins and the neck strap, or you can just do the neck strap depending on how your brakes are. So, good boy. Do it again. So you can see I just shift my weight back. Good. You can slowly start asking for more and more steps as you progress, and I like to do a nice treat too as well to encourage it and mark that movement that I want them to do. Now we move on to turning. Let's take the headcar off. So I find there's two ways of turning when you're bridleless. Personally, I use the neck strap with the neck reining, but you can also use your whip and to push energy in the direction that you don't want to be in. So I'm going to show you both ways. The pushing with the whip is something that he's much less used to, but when I started going about teaching him with a neck strap, I know now he thinks I'm asking him to back up. Just push him and he thinks I'm asking him to back up. And that's okay. I'm going to reset him over to here. So you can see I'm asking him to move over his head like this. Good. So as soon as he shifted his head in the direction that I wanted him, I released, and I like to reward as well. So he's much, so you can see he is relatively good at it like this. Oh boy. Let's do one more to the left. Oh, you already noticed, I'm going to do another one to the right. So as soon as you get a slight bit of flexion in that direction, stop, reward. Because I can't reach the other side. Good boy. And then start to build this up. Good. And then you would, as soon as you got that bit of turn that you wanted, stop and reward. Good boy. Good. And then stop, reward there. So that is the neck strap way, and then just got quick grass. We're in a lovely long grass field. So that's the way of moving them around with a neck strap, and then I'll show you the other way now. And this is, stop it. Good, I just wanted your head up. And yeah, now you just like move back. We haven't done much bridleless in the field, so this is a bit different to him. The other way is using your whip as a way to push them round, and so I like to just do this, and he obviously, as you can tell, isn't accustomed to this or used to it, so you can either push them on the neck or do this, or there is many ways to do it with the whip, but same, as soon as you get the slightest bit of release in that direction, you would release and reward. So this is not one that I've necessarily taught him much, so he doesn't know it as well as the rest. For bridleless, you want to be using your body and your mind and your attention a lot, and try and use the neck strap and stuff as little as possible. I'm still working on that, as I first taught him quite a lot with the neck strap, but you can start to get them less reliant on the neck strap and be able to turn and do all of the stuff with barely anything on the neck strap, and only use that as an emergency, like it should be with the reins, but most people use the reins as their first resort. But you want to try and keep the neck strap as low as physically possible. So I used to have it quite high, I don't anymore. I try and keep it as low as I can, as this is where their throat is. So I'll give him a little warm up and I'll show you what he looks like in action. Okay, so I've given him a little warm up and I'll just show you in a second, but the main thing about all of this is take it really slow, keep the halter, the bridle, whatever you need on for as long as you need, and there is absolutely no rush to take it off, and the most important thing is you take it super slow. So he's just caught an eye on the cows. He has been a little bit spooky at them, but this is a perfect situation in when our emergency stop comes into use, because he did get a little bit spooked at a few times, which meant that I just whistled, he came right back to me, halted, listened, and we went from there. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what is possible when you train them correctly. just a little bit of what is possible when you teach them really well. So I taught him, go forward, good boy. So I taught him back in, come on, May last year. So we've been doing this for a year now, but it wasn't until around October that I properly taught him. So it was in the beginning, I was a bit reckless, took the bridle straight off, didn't give him much training. In October I did this proper training and he picks up stuff so fast. But the main thing is just take it really slow, and take it slow and make sure that they understand everything before moving on to the next step. And your most important thing is you have your emergency stop. So I hope this is helpful, but I will see you in the next video, and that is it. Bye.